Hi! In this video, we'll learn how we can use multiple datasets in our data analysis. Combining datasets can increase the quality of the study, since it's not done in isolation, but rather different datasets are used to compare and ensure consistent data. Combining datasets can be pretty tricky, however. Pandas has a few different functions that can join or merge datasets in different ways. One way we can combine datasets is to concatenate them. This is similar to when we concatenate strings. We simply add on and attach information. We can concatenate two different data frames by adding the new set as extra columns, like this, or we can attach the data as extra rows, as shown here. We'll look more into this in the next live code video. Concatenating datasets might work if the data in both tables were completely separate entries of data. But what happens if some of the data exists in each dataset? How can we merge the data together? Let's take a look at the difference between concatenation and merging. When you concatenate two data frames, you're just linking them or adding them into a chained data frame. Merging is different. When you merge two data frames, you join the data together based on a common column. There are a few different ways to merge data. There are functions that help a lot, but the data scientist is still the one who has to decide which type of merge is the best to use. This is the function to use when merging data. First, we'll include the two datasets that we're going to merge. Then, we have to choose a column or a list of columns to have the function search through in order to connect the two. Then, we add the type of join that we'd like to use. Let's take a look at the different types. Let's start with two datasets. If we take a look at the primary key, which is the student ID in this case, we can see that there are some duplicates. This means that Cassie, who has a primary key of 1, has a hobby of climbing, as shown in the first dataset, but also we know that she is 15 and is from Richmond, as shown in the second dataset. We'd like to merge this information into one dataset, into one row. Let's see how to best do that. There are 4 types of joins that we're going to look at. An inner join will search through the column that we specify and only keep the rows that have a value that exists in both data frames. So if we look here, the inner join will only keep rows with the primary key of 1 and 2. 3 and 4 will not be included in the merged dataset because they don't exist in both data frames. So now all of Cassie's information is included in one dataset and one row. I'm not sure if this is the best option for our example though. We lose information about the other 2 students using this join. An outer join keeps everything. It will merge the rows that exist in both data frames, but also include the rows that don't have matching values as well. This time, it'll merge keys 1 and 2, and then also keep keys 3 and 4. Okay, so this is good. You might notice that NaN is used when a value is missing. This is still good information to know when assessing the completeness of the dataset. Another join that we could use is a left join. A left join will keep the entire left data frame and then add in and merge only the rows that have a matching value from the second data frame. In this case, it'll keep everything from the first data frame and then only add on matching information from the second. This might be helpful if we are only concerned with entries that include a student's name. So in this case, we lose the entry that had the key of 4. We still have a few missing values as well, but the missing values are not names. We can also complete this in the opposite way. A right join will keep the entire right data frame and then add in and merge only the rows that have a matching value from the first data frame. Here, it'll keep everything in the second data frame and add on only matching keys from the first. Maybe let's say including an age is most important here. So this time we'll lose key 3, but we're not missing any ages. Here's a summary of the functions that we can use to combine datasets. An important thing to note is that you'll first want to rename any columns that hold the same type of information. That will allow you to concatenate or merge the data. We'll take a closer look at combining datasets in the next live code video. Alright, well now it's your turn to dive deeper and explore more about these concepts.